Make sure that we get to the end.
Hall of the Omaha. Yes, sir.
So one, Braswell bunts back to the pitcher, and Root tries to dive to the runner, and he dives and he tags him, and he got him. What a play by Zach Root. A high drive to deep center field. Way back goes Stanfield, and at the wall, leaping, it's gone, and Cam Kozel has tied the game with his 12th bomb. The heel Aloy swings and drives Kane Anderson's first pitch. Way back left field, and ball out of here.
That ball's hit hard. That's going to bounce off the top of the wall. That'll get one run in. Aloy will stop at third, so Helfrich with a double and an RBI. The Hawks picked up 4, but LSU trying to claim the lead back here. This could be 2, though. The turn at second. Kozel's turn is perfect. The double play will get the Hawks off the field. Got it. Kim gets it done. Took 8 pitches, but gets the strikeout to end the 7th.
You can't throw one any better than this right here. Arkansas salvages the last game with a 7-4 victory. The Hawks bullpen outstanding, allowing just 1 run in the final 7 innings.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All right, you want the good news or bad news first this morning, Colton?
Always bad. Get it out of the way. We got a long show.
All right. Bad news is Tommy's not here this morning. He's volunteering at the Mercy Foundation Birdies for Babies. He'll be back with us tomorrow. That's the bad news. You want the good news?
What's the good news?
He didn't get swept.
That's right.
Did not get swept after Arkansas wins game number 3, 7-4 in Baton Rouge and Alex Box. Game 2, not so fun. Game 3, a little more fun. Game 1 was epic. Started right before 10 o'clock, which apparently you can't play after 10, can't start a game after 10. You can play after 10, can't start a game after 10 this league. But it was a pretty wild weekend. We're going to talk about it this morning here on a Hot Take Monday. We're brought to you this morning by Mock Legal Solutions. Jackie, Cement Head have opened up their second location in Sallisaw across from the courthouse. So they can serve Sequoia and LaFleur County. They handle all family law. Plus, she's got 13 years in car wrecks, slip and falls, dog bite cases, and more. They can help you get an insurance check or a wreck check. Listen, times are tough. We know that. So a lot of us can't pony up a $5,000 retainer. Good thing is they offer flat fees and low down payments and payment plans. The laws have changed. And yes, joint custody is the default, but we're not afraid to go to trial, and they are successful when they do at Mock Legal Solutions. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price. Gavin in Fayetteville with the initial text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline saying, Ty, terrible weekend for the baseball boys, but we didn't get swept. Friday was a heartbreaker. You're exactly right, Gavin. Saturday was embarrassing, and Sunday is what we were supposed to do. Colin, I'm going to give you credit because you said something before the show that stood out to me, and I don't think it's a hot take here on a Hot Take Monday, but just kind of frame what happened this weekend in one simple sentence.
I just thought that once the announcement got made on Friday night that the game was going to be delayed all the way until 10 o'clock, that of all the safest places to be as a Razorback fan, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning in Baton Rouge, lots of places I would feel much safer. So I just knew that it was going to get wacky pretty immediately off the jump. And just from those first couple of innings, Root having to go make that play at the plate, the diving tag, I just knew that it was going to get strange and weird. And then thinking about it on Sunday and thinking about it today, just cutting up audio clips, I realized that you really only lost that series by 1 run. You lost on Friday night 5-4, and you came back on Sunday and won. And then now I don't want to overlook the fact that is the first time all year that you got run ruled, but you're playing you're playing at Alex Box, a weekend series. You're going to drop one of those games 11 times out of 10 most of the time. Stats and history would tell you that going there is anywhere on the road, but especially to LSU, is difficult for this Razorback team. So I think that really it was kind of hard to watch us on Saturday lose in such a rough way. And then, especially when we had chances on Friday night to win, late innings, bases juiced, and nothing comes of it, it is a little bit disappointing. But if you look at it from the whole series as a whole, you lost by 1 run on Friday night. You came back and won on Sunday. You're still second place in the league, which was a big win right there for you to keep that. And I don't think that there's too much to be concerned about. I mean, 8-7 on road series this year, on the road this year.
Florida goes to Austin and it takes 2 or 3 against the Longhorns. I don't know if Some of you maybe have seen the video of that one Texas player that is jacked up and hype. His team's down 8-1, and he's excited about getting walked. It was one of the funny things that came out of this weekend, but you still have a chance to win the regular season title in the Southeastern Conference, depending on what the Longhorns do in Norman. And as you just stated, you're still second in the SEC outright, not tied.
Outright.
Now, LSU would have the tiebreaker. Georgia would have the tiebreaker over you. But you're 18-9, LSU 17-10, and then Georgia and Auburn are both, and Vanderbilt, who you have the tiebreaker over, are 16-11 when you think about just storylines heading into the final weekend where the Tennessee Volunteers are going to be in town and another one of your teams is going to be in town. We'll tell you about that coming up in just a sec. If you have a Hot Take Monday, jump in here. Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, 877-377-6963. That team is Arkansas softball.
How about the 4 seed Arkansas Razorbacks? And they will be playing at home in Bogle Park in Fayetteville, led by Bree Ellis, the SEC's Player of the Year.
26 home runs, 72 RBI. The year that she's having has been incredible. They have the speed with Reagan Johnson, more pop with Courtney Day. And then in the circle, they have Robin Herron, the lefty, who can absolutely spin it with a crazy good changeup, as well as Peyton Burnham. But this Arkansas offense, one of the best scoring teams in the country.
This is the opening drive.
That last part that you heard, them being one of the best scoring teams in the country, I feel like in postseason that's hindered this softball team at times. But like your baseball team, which is top 10, top 15 in fielding, hitting, and pitching, your softball team's kind of the exact same way. Both these teams have, again, an alpha. Bree Ellis wins SEC Player of the Year. Congratulations to her. Arkansas baseball, of course, has Vahiva Aloy. And two of the best players in their respective sport might be the best player in each of the sport, which is kind of cool. Tommy asked this last week, has that ever happened in softball? Well, you think about the success Courtney Dipel's had. There's been plenty of success on the baseball side, not so much on the softball side, just comparatively of the two. But they are in town this weekend, as is the Tennessee Volunteers baseball-wise. So it is going to be crazy in Fayetteville. Arkansas softball is playing this Friday, 5:30. Here's the only issue on that, which is kind of annoying. The game before, Oklahoma State and Indiana, is on ESPN2 at 3 o'clock. Your game is on ESPN+.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, what?
Are you kidding me?
Like, I don't understand. I realize television schedule, there's stuff that whether it's baseball, softball, I was a little annoyed when I saw that on the game notes and everything else, because even though I'm a 30-year-old dude, I don't like streaming service. I never have. If I have the choice, like all of you, you're going to take the actual channel rather than the streaming service. But the teams that are here on the Fayetteville Regional are St. Louis, who they're going to play first, Oklahoma State, of course, a regional team, and then Indiana, the Hoosiers. So that is the setup ahead, Colton, for the softball team and Courtney Difel this weekend.
Yeah, not the easiest of draws, and I know that they have a really kind of a dirty taste in their mouth after a gut-wrenching loss to Oklahoma. But Courtney Difel is the essence of a player's coach. Listening to all her interviews this season more and more, those girls love her and they love to play for her, and it has just been so evident this season as to why they've been so successful is that they never have doubt creep in moments where doubt usually should, especially on that diamond. It's very easy out there for your brain to overtake what your body is able to do, and sometimes it ends up negative. But for these girls this year, they've been on the winning end of a lot of these things, and so I think that they believe in themselves and they're going to have the opportunity to kind of get that monkey that's off their back as a program, which is that they deflate in the postseason and they don't have what it takes to make that run to get to Oklahoma City and bring back some hardware. It's a difficult thing to do, and no doubt if they end up getting to that position, they'll have to meet a lot of the same teams that they've faced already this year, which is the good part about playing such a rigorous schedule. But they've been tested on the road. They've won games at home. I think that this team has a really good shot to bounce back from a tough loss in the tournament.
Here's Coach Difel on just the opposition they're going to be facing this weekend.
Well, we were pretty confident that we were going to get Oklahoma State and St. Louis. So the question more so was, who was our 3 seed going to be? So that one was the surprise to us. We knew the other two were probably going to be here as the day kind of unfolded and the weekend unfolded. So it's going to be a tough region. I mean, really good teams. So it's going to be tough, but everything's tough this time of year, and so that's what we expect.
You should hear, if you're interested in games this weekend. In the game notes, it said something about tickets information being made known in like 24 hours. So sometime today, I think you're going to hear something about that when it comes to the setup. Again, final regular season series for Arkansas baseball, and the postseason here in Fayetteville begins for Arkansas softball this weekend. All right, that is your opening drive this morning. It's brought to you by Sean and his team at the Fence Man. Look, listen, you want a fence that's sturdy. You want a fence that's strong. Well, the good thing is Sean and his team can build one for you or repair it. 479-782-3936. They've served the River Valley area for over 40 years with one-of-a-kind fences, whether it's residential, commercial, maybe you need security, automatic gates. They can do it all. Plus, 18th month financing is available. You can get a free quote today at thefencemanAR.com. That's thefencemanAR.com. Or give Sean and his team a call at 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. All right, so got our sports stuff in. I do want to share, Colton, with you and our listeners this morning. So I didn't know if I was going to make it home from Baton Rouge yesterday. So I get some emails and text. Breeze, and I don't want to speak ill of Breeze because I think it's a better airline than Allegiant, and the flight here was fine. And you got chargers, you've got Wi-Fi, movies, like a lot of stuff that American or Southwest had. But yesterday, for anybody that came back from New Orleans, it was a scary situation because initially I wake up next morning to an email and a text from Breeze that the flight's being delayed 30 minutes from 3:30 to 4:11, I think. I was like, all right, that's not too bad. And then throughout the morning and throughout lunch, I keep getting texts, keep getting delays, and I was delayed. So I ended up getting back here in Fort Smith at about 1 a.m. last night. Luckily, we made it back, and despite some issues getting back, we got a food voucher for $20, and they gave us 5,000 extra points for that. It was something to do with air traffic control. I believe in Orlando. I don't know, storms, wind, whatever, but our plane was in Orlando to come to New Orleans, and it made it back. It finally made it to New Orleans. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what I was going to do with Tommy not here today. Again, he's at the Mercy Foundation Birdies for Babies event today. Volunteering, we'll call it volunteering.
So there was a threat that you weren't going to make it back either.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a bullpen game that would have been.
Yeah. And we still had the equipment. We still could have done the show, but there's stuff we needed to take care of in person and everything today. But luckily, nothing ended up.
You breezed right on home.
Breezed right on home in the setup, and there wasn't anything they could do. Again, I'd rather the plane be safe than anything else. But I was thinking I was not going to make it here this morning, but luckily we did with that.
I'm glad
setup.
you did. Did you have a good time down in Baton Rouge?
It was, Baton Rouge is my favorite SEC city. It's not the best, but it's my favorite. We were at lunch on Sunday, and it was cool. Reese Robinette's parents were there. Gage Wood's parents were there. They're the only people in the restaurant that were wearing Arkansas gear, so I just went up and said, well, hopefully we bounce back in Game 3. And then we just got to talking a little bit. Mr. Wood watches apparently the morning rush, nice. Which was kind of cool to hear him talk about that and kind of gives. And we were just talking about, and he said, I'm paraphrasing. It's like, yeah, Gage didn't have his best stuff or whatever day. It's like, yeah, but he looked really good a week before. Mm-hmm. This is just when you go to the Alex Box and LSU. As you alluded to earlier, it is so difficult to win there. Arkansas is. I believe they're hovering around like 500.
It's 8-7.
Okay, it's 8-7 road games this year,
which is not. I mean, it's not leaps and bounds incredible, but that's really freaking good for this conference.
Yeah, and there's some encouraging things that you saw from this weekend, including Hunter Dietz, DVH after the game.
Oh, yeah, there's enough time. He'll pitch again next week, and he threw really well tonight, and velocity was good, anywhere from 94 to 97 plus. His misses were close. Threw a couple decent breaking balls. I mean, strikes the last hitter out and bounced away from the catcher, and then all chaos broke out, but really good outing for him. It was great to see.
Saw Coyle back in action this weekend. The bullpen looked really good on Sunday. So even in a loss, I mean, there are some things that you can take away positive this morning. Andy Mountain Home texted in here. His hot take here on a Hot Take Monday is that Arkansas softball got screwed in a regional matchup once again, possibly the toughest regional. He also adds, that's why you drive when you can. Usually I do drive to Baton Rouge. It's about 8 hours from work, but the plane ride was so cheap. It was like $300 for everything, so I went ahead and just swiped the card. Now I'm like, I guess I probably should have driven in that setup. Colton, I'm going to be honest. I don't know enough about softball to tell you how tough Arkansas's regional is compared to other SEC programs and top 8 national seeds. But Andy is not happy this morning with the setup that the Razorbacks were given.
Well, I'm with you. I'll trust Andy's opinion. And look, I've spent some time playing. I mean, not playing, but with the high school girlfriend and her family back in the day. Oklahoma, people from Oklahoma and the state of Oklahoma, doesn't matter if you wear orange or crimson and whatever, crimson and cream, you take your softball serious. So I know that Oklahoma State's going to be good. They're going to have a good program, and I'm sure if it's anything like their baseball program, they're going to be swinging it. So it'll definitely be a tough regional. I like that they're mostly regional teams. That's a good thing. So nobody has to travel too far to Fayetteville unless you're coming from Bloomington. But I have seen other people say that it could be a tough regional, and you heard Coach Deifel right there say that they kind of knew who it would be. They were waiting on the third team, so hopefully they've kind of taken some things from the Eric Musselman camp, and I've just done 65 hours of scouting on Oklahoma State, back in March before they even knew they were going to play them.
That's it was wild how Muss and his staff were aware of a team or one of the teams they felt like they were going to play. Felt like they knew about it before, so some good research on them. I think it was Anthony Ruba's job back in the day. Text from Hog Wild and Van Buren here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. No one cares about the regular season SEC title. We care about Omaha. He feels like his hot take here on this Hot Take Monday is they don't have the pitching to get here. So I think that is a question that people have had with this starting pitching, because bullpen's been really good. You got some bullpen guys back. Root gave you, listen, Zach
gave you
Root,
a great game on Friday.
Yeah, he gave you, and that play he made at the plate, I mean, he gave you every chance to win that baseball game. And we talked about it. I mean, you had the bases loaded in the 10th, and you weren't able to take advantage of that. Gackle had a strong performance with 3 1/3. Like that, when you say pitching, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Hog Wild, but I think you're so used to having that alpha Friday night guy. And I know Kevin Kopps wasn't that. He started a game or two, but it is a little different not having that guy you're used to. But collectively, this is like a top 15, top 10 staff. And again, they're in that same category for fielding and also hitting too. So it's really hard to be critical of a team that's second place in the SEC right now. And I get where you're at, Hog Wild, because I think a lot of fans feel, rightly or wrongly, that again, Dave Van Horn has checked off every single box here in Fayetteville, with the exception of a national championship. And that's unfair to a certain extent, to saying like you have to get one. But I think you, and I felt frustration. I'll vent here for a sec when I watched Ole Miss do it back in 2022, which I felt like should have been yours, when they went through you to beat Oklahoma for the College World Series title. When you've seen Tennessee, LSU, South Carolina, Florida State. I mean, there's so many teams recently in the last decade and a half that have won national championships, Vanderbilt, from this league. And you felt like, based on the track record of your program, that you belong on that list. You are going to be a national seed. I'm not going to say that I can't see a scenario where you get swept at home this weekend. Winning one of those games was not only important for just the standings of the SEC, but to keep just kind of where you are. Like, the only scenario where they wouldn't have been the national seed, in my opinion, is if they lost 7 straight games.
Yeah.
Like, you would have been probably knocked out. But you won one. You're not going to get swept this weekend. You might not win the series, but you're not going to get swept and stuff. By the way, what did Tennessee? All right, so Tennessee this weekend lost to Vanderbilt at home in Lindsey Nelson. They've lost, I think I'm right on this, because Bruce said they had lost, 3 series last week? So that's their 4th straight series loss?
That is correct.
Okay.
They're reeling, and they'll be looking for a fight, that's for sure, whenever they come in on Thursday. They tried to fight Vanderbilt. So.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk to Sterling, who's in Center Ridge this morning on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Sterling, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Great. And on the soft, I'm trying to hit both sports real fast. On the softball, we did get a tough draw. And we know this in baseball and softball. They do this regional thing. They stick regionally, and that's a tough break. You know, when you next door to Oklahoma, that's a tough break because they got 21 RPI and other metrics. They're the top 20 team, and that's, you know, they're like more of a super regional opponent more so than a regional opponent. But you know, there goes the breaks, and you do get a break with St. Louis. They're not very good, but you know, Indiana's a top 40 RPI, or 43 RPI, and top 40 in other metrics. So it's definitely a tough region, but this team's good. None of these teams that in this region are better than the teams they've been playing for the last 8-9 weeks. So they'll be ready. They'll be ready, and I think this is the year. And as for the baseball team, you're exactly right. It's kind of weird when you don't got that big horse, the big ace. You know, in the major leagues we call them the streak stoppers on your staff. But this staff is very deep. We saw it again with Parker coming back. This team's good. We just need them to play well at the right time, and that's what it always is. And you know, we got this bad taste in our mouth because we feel like we owe the championship after what happened in 2018. And I mean, and then like you said, thought on the moon, you got your neighbors, 2 from Tennessee and 2 from Mississippi, and one down south that done won national championship since that time. But it's coming. It's coming. We just don't need, when they play in Baum Walker, we just don't need to give off nervous energy in that stadium.
Amen.
Don't nervous energy. Stay positive. Stay lively, positive. Be like a crowd in Japan or a crowd in Latin America. Don't give off negative energy. Don't be moaning and groaning when it's 2-0 in the second. Don't do that.
Don't be antsy.
Right, because I almost want them to go on the road. I want them to stay home so I can go and cheer for them. But I hate that negative energy that the crowd sometimes brings pressure to the team.
Sometimes it's interesting you point that out. Sometimes there is more pressure at home, as weird as that sounds. Good call, Sterling. Hog update coming your way next.
I'll tell you what I've been watching in the mornings when I get up too early. Andy Griffin. Anybody else watch it?
This is the Morning Rush.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Taco Bell's all-white meat crispy chicken nuggets are back, but that doesn't make us a chicken place. I mean, yes, everyone loved them, like a lot. That's why we brought them back, along with our signature dipping sauces. But the crispy golden breading is actually tortilla chips, which is very taco place. So we're still a taco place. You think of us as a taco place, right? Who are we? No, I mean, we're good. It's just nuggets. Just crispy chicken nuggets, only at Taco Bell, your taco place. It's also a chicken place. It's also a taco place. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Hey, Kraft Inc., I want to hang out with you and learn.
There you go. Our seminars are held weekly on Wednesday nights at the Golden Corral.
This is the Morning Rush.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
This is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. We dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York high-efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high-efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Tommy loves the Razorbacks. Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, woo big Dewey.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
I usually write the lineup down on a separate piece of paper, kind of look at it a little bit, and I changed it before I transferred it over to the big lineup sheet, and it ended up working out. I just moved him up 2 spots from 8. I think I might have had him 8 to 5, and yeah, he got a couple of big hits for us. Drove in a couple runs, had a couple doubles, a couple walks, and swinging it good.
That was Dave Van Horn talking about Ryder Helfrich, who I think he ended up the series with 6 hits, if I counted that up right. Ryder again moved in the 5-hole. And had some success there. Arkansas has a luxury. I think 6 guys are hitting above 300 in your starting lineup, including Justin Thomas was in your 9-hole, and he's hitting like 300 something as well. Again, you lost the series in Alex Box. It especially didn't go your way on Saturday, but the team bounced back on Sunday and got a a crucial win. Saw him fiddle with the lineup card a little bit. He's also, Colton, from here on out, with the addition of Coyle and Hunter Dietz, those guys are going to factor in the rotation from this Tennessee series and on after getting some action this weekend.
Yeah, I think that Dave has always been a master button pusher. He's always kind of, made the right move at the right time for the majority of, his career. It's why he's gotten to this point and why he's won thousands of games. On Sunday, him using those pitchers, having Gibbler come back, getting Dietz in there. I think everybody just did a really good job on Sunday. The bullpen of getting things to work out. But you played the Helfrich clip coming back. Man, he turned on 2 doubles to the left field corner yesterday. It was good swinging, and he's one of the fleeter of foot catchers in all of the SEC. He's a good athlete. He's a really good behind the dish, and hopefully he sticks around for a little while longer, because he's got a really good future playing baseball. And moving him up in the lineup, I think, was the right move, because Iredale probably needed to go down. I think it balances that lineup a little bit more. But you mentioned it, Ty. I mean, they're stacked. It's a lineup full of hitters. Justin Thomas is a batting 9 hole. He'd bat leadoff for a lot of teams in the SEC. So this is still a good team, and I think that they have a really good chance to come back home against Tennessee, a team that's reeling, and really put the hammer down on them, because this Tennessee team is kind of in the same boat that you are. They've had not the same starting pitching that they're used to.
Here's a hot take for you this morning, and it's really not that hot of a take here on Hot Take Monday. LSU fans, now Jay Johnson was very, very complimentary of Dave Van Horn, the program he's building, and everything else. But LSU fans don't really care about Arkansas.
No.
And the reason I say that is because when I've been down there for basketball, I know they don't have a great basketball program at all. They've had some good teams, but that's not a state by and large in a campus that cares about that sport. But they care a lot about baseball, and they care a lot about football. I'm not going to say underwhelmed, because under Tiger Stadium under the lights was still really cool. But it was louder in Gainesville for a 12 o'clock game than it was in the night. And then this past weekend, just, have conversations with LSU fans. Like my buddies that I'm around that are LSU fans, of course, care about, because it's like kind of the inner rivalry between us. But there was like 13,000 plus people in Alex Box Stadium for the Tennessee game in one night. It wasn't even close. And I realized that playing at nearly 10 o'clock at night probably hindered the Friday night crowd. Saturday was a good crowd, and then Sunday was solid as well. But that fan base doesn't really care about Arkansas, like beating them that much, which I know how much we want. Like the Texas Longhorns are number one on most people's lists, unless you're like in the southeast part of the state. But it's an interesting dynamic that if you ever go there to Baton Rouge for a game, or just having conversations with LSU fans that come to Fayetteville, it's kind of weird how that setup is. Do want to give some congratulations to Bree Ellis this morning.
Here's the best hitter in the whole country, and now they have to pitch to her. Bree Ellis has seen 10 pitches today, and had she been carrying a toothpick, the results wouldn't have been any different. Ellis swings away, deep left field. Her first swing is as grand as it gets.
SEC Player of the Year. She's an all-defensive team, first teamer. You've also got Robin Herron, Reagan Johnson, and Ella McDowell are second team All-SEC. So it's not just about what Ellis has accomplished this season. Obviously, what the softball team is the number 4 national seed. They're at home this weekend in Bogle Park. But you've got a lot of players that were worthy of All-SEC picks this year, Colton. It played out this weekend when they announced it.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten better over the last couple of seasons. They had that big focus on finding girls that could, not only hit for power, but also just put runs on the board. They've had great pitching all season. I think that one of the things that really has helped them is they shored up that defense a lot too. Shortstop with them has been just nails all year. She had a kind of a bobble that play to kind of turn to at the end of the Oklahoma game, and I know that that's never going to happen again for her in a Razorback uniform. So I think that this team has definitely got a good chance to make it to Oklahoma City this year, and I'm excited to watch them because as good of a player as Bree Ellis is, I think she's an even better person. I see her all the time on social media, and she is always so kind to fans and everybody else. So wishing nothing but the best for her and an already awesome career here at Arkansas. I hope it ends with a perfect cherry on top in Brick City.
All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888
Sparky. All right, so you got something you can bet on this weekend. You got Tennessee series. There's going to be plenty of prop bets there. Arkansas softball. Do you have them winning the whole thing? Do you have them going to Omaha? Well, you can do it all on the Bet Saracen app, Arkansas's favorite sports betting app. So whether it's Arkansas baseball, MLB baseball, of course, when college football's back in full swing come August, you can do that as well. NBA playoffs in action. Oklahoma City Thunder tied it up. I was happy about that yesterday. Pacers take a 3-1 lead. You can bet it all on the Bet Saracen app. Go to the App Store and download the Bet Saracen app or go to betsaracen.com. When we come back, your Morning Rush Daily Question, we're going to have some fun with mascots when we return. It's a Hot Take Monday. We'll get to that next.
Yeah, give people some grace, man. Traffic, just life, situations in the restaurant, whatever happens. Give some grace and understanding.
This is the Morning Rush.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for problem gambling helpline.
Taco Bell's all white meat crispy chicken nuggets are back, but that doesn't make us a chicken place. I mean, yes, everyone loved them, like a lot. That's why we brought them back, along with our signature dipping sauces. But the crispy golden breading is actually tortilla chips, which is very taco place. So we're still a taco place. You think of us as a taco place, right? Who are we? No, I mean, we're good. It's just nuggets. Just crispy chicken nuggets, only at Taco Bell, your taco place. It's also a chicken place. It's also a taco place. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Marital relations.
Turn his mic back off. This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
It's all about connections. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center with Shared Beginnings invites you to their Community Connections event on Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 2. Everyone is invited to a fun-filled, action-packed day with vendors, food, car seat demonstrations, mommy makeovers, giveaways, games, and lots of fun. For more information about this event or to participate as a vendor, call 452-2260. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center with Shared Beginnings. The Community Connection event, May 17th.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Or head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster. And in the past decade as a roofing contractor, he knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howe in Van Buren.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
At Evans Body Shop, we take pride in delivering exceptional customer service to our customers. Here's what some of them have to say.
It was the kindness that got me. Then I witnessed their work.
And their customer service was just exceptional.
They are so kind and understanding, and they let you feel like you don't need to worry about anything, especially dealing with the insurance company. That was great. And the repair work was tremendous.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, so the NHL franchise that's going to Utah has named its mascot of the Utah Hockey Club. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Permanent identity, the Utah Mammoth.
Singular.
Not
Singular.
Mammoths. Mammoth, which is interesting. So here is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. What is your favorite mascot name? I know a lot of you, like we had a conversation last week, and Colton, you're going to have to remind me that the town in Arkansas that has Longhorns as their high school mascot.
It was up there. It started with a V. I've already forgotten.
Viola.
That's right.
Viola, which is not the mascot name that any of you like. Longhorns. Apparently it's burnt orange too, which is, I don't know how.
Orange and black, but yeah.
Okay, orange. We got to figure that out. Come on, Viola. To me, my personal opinion, the best mascot name out there is the Monticello Bull Weevils, UA Monticello. I just think, and if you've seen a picture of the mascot, it's just funny. Now, again, there's great high school ones, there's great college ones. You can even, if you want to talk professional as well. But what is your favorite mascot name? 877-377-6963. I know we're going to get a text that just says Razorbacks, which is absolutely fine. It's unique. You've got, I guess, Texarkana, Arkansas, and then there's probably a
Panama. Just down the road up here is the Razorbacks as well in Oklahoma.
Yep, that's another one. But it's like when you see that logo, and not just because we're Arkansas fans, but it is unique in everyone else, and a lot of people will know what it is right away. If you wear a tiger, it's a little trickier to pick out. So Colton, what's yours? Mine against the UA Monticello Bull Weevils.
I had a really hard time narrowing this down. You know, my dad was a football coach, so every year we'd get the Hootens Arkansas football magazine, and it goes through every high school team. And so that's how I've memorized a great deal of high school football teams and their mascots in Arkansas. I can do a lot of them. But some of my favorite ones, because Arkansas has tons of really unique ones, so I'm just going to give you a few. Gurdon, they're the Go Devils. What the hell is a Go Devil? That's great. Devil. Stuttgart Ricebirds, also in Monticello, they're the Billies. Just down here, the Hillbillies in Ozark, the Fordyce Red Bugs. Any kind of bug is always really good and unique. Dardanelles, the Sand Lizards, the Wampus Cats in Conway, Smackover Buckaroos, Lavaca Golden Arrows, all really great, unique mascots here in Arkansas. And, of course, my favorite, the Pioneers. But my all-time favorite mascot, all-time, has got to be Probably the UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs, just because why is that a mascot? I don't even know why, but they have a terrifying looking mascot. It looks like a slug, and the the University of California system has some weird ones. They have Santa Cruz Banana Slugs and the UC Irvine Anteaters. So weird things happening out there. Those tree huggers in California.
I like the banana slugs.
That is pretty good.
We're getting some text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brandon from El Dorado says the Monticello Billy Goats. I thought Monticello was what he was saying. The Billies, I think is what it is. Let's see. Andy Mountain Home, Macon Bacon, minor league baseball team. Kirby and Branson says the Cave City Cavemen. Jeff's text is about the Pitt State Gorillas.
How could I forget the Hermitage, Arkansas Hermits? That's pretty good too.
The Hermitage,
Arkansas Hermits.
Okay, there's a couple good ones this morning. We'll get to a few. We've got a couple calls, so we'll get to again. That is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. With the Utah Mammoth being added to the NHL, what is your favorite mascot? High school, college, professional? If you want to jump in here, do so at 877-377-6963. I just got a text from this guy, Christian Olson, who's one of the co-owners of Cart Pass Social around with Nate Gerhant. Christian, Nate have built an awesome facility. It's nearly a year old. They've got something special coming up. We'll be telling you about it in a couple weeks, but that's coming up, and they're really excited just to be a part of the Northwest Arkansas community. Lowell, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. These are two Rogers guys, two guys I went to college with. They both love golf. Nate's pretty good. He's pretty solid. Me and Christian are probably on the same playing level, if that tells you anything. But it's an awesome place. You can play over 1,000 different courses here in Arkansas. Like, when you think about getting better, you can play more difficult courses. It's not as time consuming as playing 18 holes on the golf course. If it rains, you obviously can't play outdoors. You can always play Cart Pass Social, and it's a great place again just to focus on your game and practice as well for this summer. CartPathSocial.com. It's always BYOB at CartPath Social. Let's go to Lafayette, Louisiana, where we just were for Arkansas and LSU in Baton Rouge. Williams called in this morning. William, you're on a Hot Take Monday here on the Morning Rush. What's up, man?
Not much. Did you have a good time in Baton Rouge, Ty?
Man, I did. I really, and I don't just say this, Baton Rouge is my favorite SEC city. I wouldn't qualify it as the best, but the food, bar scene, I just really enjoy every time. It helps to have a good host, my buddy Daniel, so it's always a good time down there.
That's great. So the best mascot, hands down, is my Aunt Geraldine's alma mater, Delta State.
Fighting Okra.
Fighting Okra.
That's right, baby.
Fighting Okra cannot be beat. And glad you had a good time. Next time you're down that way, let me know. I'll give you some tips. Y'all take care. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you, William. The fight now is Delta State. It's in Louisiana, correct?
I think it might be. I think it is in Louisiana. I'm not sure. There's multiple Delta states. I thought there was Delta State, the Statesman. I'm not sure. That might be the same thing. I don't know.
Well, that's a great. The Fighting Okra. The Fighting Okra.
That's menacing.
That might win. I might take that over the Bull Weevils this morning.
How could you cheer for that? Come on, Okra. Let's go.
Listen, everyone loves. I don't know a person that's listening right now that doesn't enjoy fried okra. So I think it's. If that's the mascot, hopefully you got heaps of that at your games. All right, let's go to Brent, who's in Searcy this morning. Brent, you want to talk mascots, baseball, softball? Where we're headed?
I'm gonna give you my favorite mascot.
Go ahead.
It's one y'all have never heard of.
All righty.
The Montana Tech Ore Diggers.
Montana Tech what?
Ore Diggers.
Ore Gators?
The Ore Diggers.
Ore Diggers. Okay.
Ore Diggers.
Okay.
Yes.
Ore Diggers. Okay.
The guy my dad coached with at UNLV was a graduate of Montana Tech, and he was a proud ore digger.
Okay. All righty.
And now he's the strength coach of Chicago Bears. But Tom, how about that baseball series this weekend? We should have had 2 out of 3, but we got 1 out of 3. That's good. That's good. What do you think?
I mean, it was a coin flip on Friday night, Brent. You got housed on Saturday. Let's just call it what it is. And then Sunday, just refused to get swept. It's kind of like go back to the Texas series. They could have lost game 3 and give it to them, but Arkansas was like, no, we're sweeping these guys. And then on Sunday, it was like, no, we're not getting swept. I don't care how good LSU, which, by the way, LSU has lost 2 SEC games in that ballpark all season, and like 4 total. I think they're now, or at 5 total, I guess, and three SEC games now after Sunday. But it's not like they've lost a lot in Alex Box this year.
Who does Texas have this weekend, Ty? We're 2 back, right?
Yes, correct. You're Oklahoma. So Arkansas, Brent, as you just stated, is 2 games behind. They lost this weekend against Florida at home. Texas is 20-7, and you're 18-9. LSU's right behind you at 17-10, so they would have the tiebreaker if you got up. It was neck and neck. But yeah, that's the top 3 in the Southeastern Conference, and then Georgia and Vanderbilt are both 16-10. 16-11, sorry.
How does the tournament work this year? Is it single elimination, or how does that work?
So the setup this year is single elimination. Arkansas being where they're at, even if they get swept this weekend, I'm looking at this. I guess technically they could be out of. I got to look at the math, but they will play either on Thursday or Friday as a top 4 seed. I'm just assuming that's what they're going to be. I'd be shocked if they got swept this weekend by Tennessee. So they'll play on Thursday or Friday. If they lose, they'll head back to Fayetteville.
Okay, but it's single elimination all the way through, right?
Yes, I need to go back and look at the actual tournament. Starts on Tuesday, I believe, Colton. It goes Tuesday through Sunday.
Okay, thank you. That's all I got.
Thanks, Brent.
Thanks, Brent. And it was kind of weird. Oklahoma and Texas A&M just didn't play for the SEC championship, declared as co-champions.
That's weak.
It was scheduling
and safety, and I understand that they don't want to run up against the big softball production they were going to do for the announcement show. I get that, but you think those girls just they want to hold the trophy up together? No, and I think if I was Oklahoma or Texas A&M, I would be upset about it for sure.
Well, that's what if you missed that, that's what happened this weekend. We're still getting text here about the mascot question. Text from Lansing, New Mexico, who's listening this morning. New Mexico. Okay, you got the Lobos and the Aggies out there. He is a big fan of the Amarillo minor league team nicknamed the Sod Poodles.
Yeah.
Phil Elson introduced me to that. I remember that.
Man, even the colleges in this state have some good ones too. I'm a graduate of the Arkansas Tech. They're the Wonder Boys and the Golden Suns. And then you go down a little further, Southern Arkansas, home of the Mule Riders. I mean, there's just tons of really good mascots.
Yeah, that was, we got a Mule Riders text. I can't remember who it was from, but yeah, someone texted that in. The Stevens Roadrunners. Is that in Arkansas? Some of these you're going to have to add, I apologize, you're going to have to add some context, but good setup on that. All right, so we keep going here on the Morning Rush Hot Take Monday. In hour number 2, we're going to talk with Sam Conn Jr. I know we've talked a lot of baseball and softball this morning, but I want to talk with Sam about some college football. We talked, I hadn't talked to Sam in a minute. We talked on Thursday night when I was in Baton Rouge a little bit, just caught up with him. Sam covers college football for The Athletic, does a really good job. He's based out of Texas. He's covered the SEC. He's done a lot. There's a report out from Ross Dellinger of Yahoo Sports about a 16-team college football playoff. The Nick Saban presidential college commission news that's come out. I want to touch with Sam on a couple of teams and just get his thoughts on Taylor Green and this football squad this year. I realize that we're still a ways out. It's May the 12th. We're right about to get to postseason baseball, but it's always good to talk some college football. So we'll do that with Sam coming up. We still haven't talked a lot about. If you haven't seen this video, John Calipari with a beard. I've never seen Cal with a beard. I honestly think he looks pretty good.
He did. He added more aura, which I didn't think was even possible.
Yeah.
But he looked grizzled and tough, like almost like you wouldn't want to walk across him in an alley. He's kind of scary.
One of my hot takes this morning is keep the beard for the season. I don't think he's going to do that. I really don't. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Hey, this morning we're always brought to you by our friends at Taco Bell. I got a chance to listen this weekend, not only to our local programming here on ESPN Arkansas, games as well. Try the new crispy chicken nuggets. It's a tortilla chip breaded with crispy chicken nuggets. They're back, all white meat chicken, coated in that tortilla chip breading and paired with unique dipping sauces. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability. The Hit That Line Now app, always powered, fueled, and run by Taco Bell. Hour number 2 coming up. We'll touch on some more baseball stuff, getting more what Dave Van Horn had to say this weekend on his team dropping a series in LSU, Tennessee ahead in Baum Walker Stadium.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for problem gambling helpline.
Taco Bell's all white meat crispy chicken nuggets are back, but that doesn't make us a chicken place. I mean, yes, everyone loved them, like a lot. That's why we brought them back, along with our signature dipping sauces. But the crispy golden breading is actually tortilla chips, which is very taco place. So we're still a taco place. You think of us as a taco place, right? Who are we? No, I mean, we're good. It's just nuggets. Just crispy chicken nuggets, only at Taco Bell, your taco place. It's also a chicken place. It's also a taco place. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
This is The Morning Rush.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials. Wednesday, ladies' night. I know you love Wednesdays here.
I love my Wednesdays. All the ladies come out. We have $5.99 small cheesy bread. We have pink panty droppers on special. We've got blow bombs on special. And it's all about ladies on a Wednesday here at Papa.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
No more taxes. Road Chevrolet in Van Buren will pay your state sales tax on select 24 and 25 model Chevrolets. Stop in today and check out the great selection from Road Chevrolet, and your state sales tax is paid. But you better hurry because this deal won't last long. Stop in and test drive your dream car, truck, or SUV and get your state sales tax paid. That means huge savings and more cash back into your pocket. Experience the road's difference. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren, where you get the best prices, period.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Have you heard? TGI Fridays is having happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 till 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. to close with half-price drinks and $5 select appetizers, including potato skin, spinach dip, pot stickers, and much more. Plus, you can get in on 50-cent Wing Monday from 5 p.m. to close. And karaoke on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 8 p.m. It's all at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, showers and chance of some thunderstorms are high this afternoon in the low to mid 70s. We will see showers and a chance of storms tonight, and overnight low will drop down in the middle to upper 50s. Tuesday, a bounty of sunshine, high temperatures on Tuesday in the low to mid 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Fayetteville is 1,843 miles away, but the call of the Hawks can be heard all the way to San Francisco.
ESPN 95.3 and HitThatLine.com. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3.
So one, Braswell bunts back to the pitcher, and Root tries to dive to the runner, and he dives and he tags him, and he got him. What a play by Zach Root. High drive to deep center field. Way back goes Stanfield, and at the wall leaping, it's gone, and Cam Kozel has tied the game with his 12th bomb. The heel Aloy swings and drives Kane Anderson's first pitch. Way back left field, and ball out of here. That ball's hit hard. That's going to bounce off the top of the wall. That'll get one run in. Aloy will stop at third, so Helfrich with a double and an RBI. The Hawks picked up 4, but LSU trying to claim the lead back here. This could be 2, though. The turn at second. Kozel's turn is perfect. The double play will get the Hawks off the field. Jim gets it done. It took 8 pitches, but gets the strikeout to end the 7th. You can't throw one any better than this right here. Arkansas salvages the last game with a 7-4 victory. The Hawks bullpen outstanding, allowing just 1 run in the final 7 innings.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All right, this may be a hot take on Hot Take Mondays. We start hour number 2. I really like Ben McDonald, former LSU Tiger, who's on games 2 and 3's broadcast this weekend along with Dave Neal. I really enjoy his dialect. I really enjoy listening to him. We had Todd Walker on at 10:30 this past Friday. Todd was great. He compared this team they got right now to the team that Dave Van Horn had in 2018. His balance that they are. Called it the best chance that he's had to win a national championship since then. My Philadelphia Eagles friend likes to remind me that the last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Arkansas made it all the way to the College World Series final. We'll see if there's that comparison, that connection once again this season as they drop 2 of 3 to the LSU Tigers. We're going to get more of your thoughts on that coming up. Dave Van Horn, we asked this mascot question this morning that's still getting some run on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. If you have a take from this weekend, softball, baseball, anything, you're welcome to jump in this morning. We're brought to you by Burn Pools and Spas. You want crystal clear water all summer long? Well, Burn Pools and Spas has everything you need. They have top brands like Pool Life and Baquasil. Stop by Burn Pools and Spas in Fort Smith, Greenland, or in Springdale. Get that free water test. Plus, you can score up to $70 in Pool Life and rebates. Grab your summer supply at a special discount right now. Keep your pool clean, clear, and swim ready all season long. Visit Burn Pools today in Fort Smith, Springdale, and in Greenland. Burn Pools and Spas, water for a better life. BurnPools.com.
Good job. Outstanding job by the pitchers, man. You guys just gave us what you had and made some big pitches. Vouch, good work. Eliminated. And then getting Coyle back, that's beautiful. That was a great job. Bouncing back after last night. Tough loss on Friday morning, whatever you were, Saturday morning. Get out of here with a W. That 4-hour game, I think that's enough. I don't need to talk anymore. That was a huge win for us. Let's take a shower and get on that plane and get out of here. All right? You're ready for Tennessee. Okay? All right. Great job.
Pretty, are you? I'll go 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
You did spoil LSU Senior Day, Colton.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the, I guess, one of the things that you can be happy about this weekend. I thought you, in hour number one, you framed it best. I mean, you lost this series by 1 run. 1 run. 5-4, extra innings, Friday night, 37 in the morning, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Didn't start the game till 9:57. It was scheduled initially for 6:30. Kind of like my flight, scheduled for 3:30. Didn't take off till like 9:15 in New Orleans. It happens. You battled. You came up just short. But happy you spoiled their Senior Day, I guess, if you want to take some solace in that.
Yeah, there is some solace in that, and there's some solace in the fact that your pitching staff from the bullpen came back on Sunday and basically shoved whenever they needed to, whenever it mattered most. You know, you really wanted to make sure that you got at least one of these games. Going down here to get 2 was going to be difficult. 3 would be dang near impossible. So to get that last one on Sunday, it is a, you know, you can take a little bit of solace in that, I suppose, but your pitching staff did do a good job on Sunday of making sure that no runs came across whenever there was a threat to in those later innings. And I think that that's something that you can look forward to going into the rest of the season, because you won a ball game that was basically, you know, from your bullpen, and you had timely hitting, and that's what you're going to need when you get to Omaha too. I thought that there were no home runs hit by your ball club yesterday. If I remember correctly, I don't think anybody hit any big flies. So you won with a bunch of doubles, which when you get to Omaha, that's a big ballpark too. So not every ball that we've seen this year that's carried out in all these SEC ballparks are going to end up being home runs. So those, you know, doubles win and score just as often. So it was nice to see that the team kind of found the gaps and found hits when they needed to. Moving Ryder Helfrich up, Dave talked about that, was a big plus for this team. I think Robinette has really come into his own this series and last series. He had 2 clutch hits yesterday, or at least 2 clutch RBIs. Just a really good job overall on Sunday to kind of come back. And yeah, I mean, you just only lost by 1 run on Friday night. You definitely got housed on Saturday. It was just, you know, rough go of things, and that's to be expected to drop one down there in Baton Rouge. But at the end of the day, I don't think that you need to be too concerned about this team going forward. I think that they have a really good chance to beat an ailing Tennessee team 2 games out of 3 this weekend.
Rusty messaging here on our YouTube channel, which, reminder, you can always listen to us on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell, and you can always watch us on YouTube, X, Twitch, and also Facebook as well, saying he has the utmost confidence in this team. We've gotten some other texts. It's been kind of back and forth a little bit this morning. Just want to remind everyone, Arkansas is still in second place, not tied with anyone. LSU right behind them with 1 loss, or 1 loss behind, 1 game back, I should say, at 17-10. You're only two games back of the Texas Longhorns as well, who dropped their series at home, I should add, to the Florida Gators this weekend. Again, when it comes to, this is not a ball club you played in LSU that was bad. I mean, it's a top 10 matchup.
It's probably the best starting pitching you've seen to this point, in my opinion. That's 2 really good starters on Friday and Saturday.
I was going to say they had some really, really good outings over the course of 2 days. Not as much on day 3, but it's really hard to keep Arkansas down for 3 straight games. You mentioned some pitchers. Saw some action. Hunter Dietz got Coyle back. Dave liked what he saw from Gibbler as well.
Me too.
Here's what he said from those guys.
Seeing Dietz out there yesterday was big for him, big for us. To see how he competed in that situation, and just the way the ball was coming out of his hand, getting Coyle back. And then Gibbler was outstanding today. I mean, his fastball was 94, 95, maybe 96, and that's the best it's been all year. And then breaking ball was nasty, upper 80s. They had trouble figuring out what it was.
Good to see that from him. You're going to need him not just this weekend, but also in postseason as well. Speaking of postseason, how about the Arkansas softball team?
With Holmes going to be high on the Hogs. Yeah, they're going to have their hands full with Bree Ellis, the SEC Player of the Year, 26 home runs, 72 RBI. The year that she's having has been incredible. They have the speed with Reagan Johnson, more pop with Courtney Day, and then in the circle they have Robin Heron, the lefty, who can absolutely spin it with a crazy good changeup, as well as Peyton Burnham. But this Arkansas offense, one of the best scoring teams in the country. All right, so there you go. I think they fixed their camera at Indiana. We see you, ladies. The Hoosiers are dancing. They'll take on Oklahoma State, St. Louis, and Arkansas. There they go. All getting together in Fayetteville for a good time this weekend.
So if you missed that, Arkansas will play St. Louis this Friday at 5:30. It's on ESPN Plus.
Also a great mascot, the Billikens.
Yeah, the Billikens. Unfortunately, the game before is on ESPN 2.
Are you kidding me?
Wish it was the opposite. But that's what you got dealt with in terms of television this weekend. Andy in Mountain Home was griping earlier, and as was Sterling, and rightfully so, that you got dealt a pretty tough regional. They mentioned, again, the regionality of State and Stillwater being close. St. Louis is, 5 hours from Fayetteville. Bloomington's a little more of a hike. But that is what they have ahead for them this weekend. The good thing is you, again, played SEC competition all year, including the final loss that you had a chance to beat Oklahoma and go to the finals, weren't able to close it out. But they're prepared for this. Now it's just a matter if you can get over that set hump. So you've got a dynamic right now of the two teams that we're focused and talking a lot about. A softball program that's never been to Oklahoma City. Courtney Dibel's done so many things since she's arrived on campus. You've now had 6 national seeds. They've all been under her, which is pretty remarkable.
Highest one yet this year.
Yeah, and then a baseball team that's trying to again get that national championship. They're a ways out from again postseason. You still got Tennessee, Hoover, and then you'll have a regional in Fayetteville, most likely, and a super regional if you advance past that. But it's a dynamic of fans, like softball fans wanting their team to finally get over that hump, and then again, it's not even you want to call it a hump, a mountain, whatever. But the baseball team finally getting that said national championship. By the way, Jackson Fayetteville, is this, you might have to double check on this. Colton, he's saying LSU is now number 1 in the country.
Yes.
Okay. I knew you were looking at that.
There is an update here. So LSU slides up to number 1. There's there's a big influence. There's a Beaver State influence now up here in the top 10. Oregon and Oregon State at 5 and 7. But number 1, LSU. Number 2, Florida State. Texas is at number 3. North Carolina to 4, Oregon at 5. Auburn moves up to number 6. They're now ahead of you. Haven't played them this year. They've been having a really good season. Oregon State at number 7, Arkansas at 8, and then Vanderbilt and Georgia bringing up the rear in the top 10 at 9 and 10.
Not too bad. Again, a lot of SEC influences in that top 10. The best mascot
versus the top 10, Ty. You are you're 7 and 2, so pretty good.
Say that one more time.
Versus the top 10 right now, you're 7 and 2. So that's Vanderbilt, Texas, and LSU. So you swept Vanderbilt, you swept Texas. That's 6 and 0, and then you dropped 2 to LSU. So 7 and 2.
Okay, we'll talk a little more about that in your SEC update coming up. Back to the mascot question we asked in our Morning Rush daily question. Chris in Fayetteville texting in Deer, the Antlers. I know our friend Craig and Deer. That's an awesome mascot. Chris in Poto agrees with you. The UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs. He think that's a great mascot.
Slug on.
Yeah. Again, the Utah Mammoth is the new NHL team, so we're kind of bridged off that. It's like, hey, what's the best mascot? High school, college, professional. We've gotten some great takes already here this morning. And we're brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. They can help the financing option you need, best for you when it comes to building a new home or sprucing up your existing one. Trust their experts. Go to myaglender.com. Or you can stop by 25 locations across our state. Again, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas, and get started on building more family memories. Go to myaglender.com. Again, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas with 25 locations across our state. Mentioned this a little bit earlier. Thunder picked up a win yesterday against the Nuggets in Denver.
Gildas Alexander to the rim and the layup.
That series is tied 2-2. Indiana beats the Cleveland Cavaliers. That series is 3-1 now.
Naismith. Yes.
That series got ugly yesterday.
Bizarre. It's kind of bizarre how Indiana's really handled them every game. I mean, other than the one that Cleveland kind of took from them, and it was kind of a tighter game for most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana has really owned them for a little while. It's kind of strange. I wouldn't have picked that one.
Yep. Tyrese Halliburton and company one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll see what happens with your Knicks. Knicks in Boston play tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see if your Knicks can go up 3-1 against the Boston Celtics after dropping Game 3 in MSG.
Wouldn't count on it.
You're not betting on it?
No, first of all, I never bet on my teams. That's a great way to start to hate them, and even more than you already might do. I'm not going to bet on them. And no, I just look that group, that starting 5 group right there. I think I put it in the notes in the rundown. They've been really, really bad against Boston. They're much better when Karl Anthony Towns is actually off the court with that starting 5. They need to have Mitchell Robinson in, especially this series against the Celtics. So it's just been up and down, tough here and there, but Jalen Brunson's obviously shouldered a lot of the load. He'll have to keep doing that if they want to make it to the finals.
Minnesota tied up with Golden State this weekend. That series is also 2-2.
Moses Moody now can step up with Curry being injured.
That's a good point. All right, when we come back, SEC update. We'll tell you some more action that happened in the Southeastern Conference baseball-wise this weekend. Also give some credit to some ladies for the softball program that took home some hardware and then also were a part of all SEC teams. What is your hot take here on this Hot Take Monday? Is it baseball-related? Softball related? Is it flight related like mine that was delayed 6 hours yesterday? Breeze actually, they gave us a voucher. They gave us some points. Wasn't too disappointed.
How many Breeze points you have now? Just the 5,000?
I want to say like 6,000 or 7,000.
Got to redeem
but
those.
like 200,000 is the equivalent of $200. So I have $60 off right now. 60 or 7, which is not that bad. And they didn't have to do that, but they did. All right, we'll get to more of that coming up here on the Morning Rush. Hot Take Monday rolls on next.
First, I want to apologize for Coach not being here. I know you guys probably wanted Gladys Knight, but you got one of the pips. So I'm happy to step in for Gladys tonight.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Oh, that bitch, that train to Georgia.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
Morning Rush vibes that keep you on your toes. From 9 to 11, every day the magic flows.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
It's all about connections. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center with Shared Beginnings invites you to their Community Connections event on Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 2. Everyone is invited to a fun-filled, action-packed day with vendors, food, car seat demonstrations, mommy makeovers, giveaways, games, and lots of fun. For more information about this event or to participate as a vendor, call 452-2260. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center with Shared Beginnings, the Community Connection event, May 17th.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Attention business owners. Are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hogs have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
The standings are what they are. I mean, we can only control what we do, and today's all we could do is win one game. And trying to catch Texas, trying to finish in the top 4, just trying to win SEC games on the road against a top 10 team. It helps your RPI. I'm sure that our strength of schedule moved up a lot this week as well. So yeah, it was a really big game here.
Arkansas right now second overall in the Southeastern Conference. The LSU Tigers right behind them at 17-10, while you're 18-9. Texas at 20-7. So this weekend, Auburn took 3 games against South Carolina at home. Vanderbilt went on the road and beat Tennessee. I think they've lost 4 straight now before they come to Bob Walker. Kentucky took 3 games at home against Oklahoma. Bama took 2 games against Georgia. You unfortunately lost 2 games against LSU. Florida goes to Texas and gets 2 games. State beats Ole Miss 2-1. And then the surprise of the weekend, Golden Little, what happened in Aggieland in College Station?
Well, Texas A&M is about to be one of the very first teams to go from number 1 to absolutely none at the end of the year. I mean, they got swept by Missouri. Missouri.
Yep.
Oh, snotting. They didn't just scratch out one game. They didn't, find out a way to win 2 and maybe drop a third one. They swept Texas A&M.
I think Kendall Rogers, let's see, he had this first preseason number 1 not to make the NCAA tournament potentially in the last 35 years. Only in Aggieland can that happen, and we're all reveling in their misery. Bree Ellis, congratulations, first team All-SEC, All Defensive Player and SEC Player of the Year. Robin Heron, Reagan Johnson, Elle McDowell has also been second team as well. Let's see, softball, yeah, I got that. Baseball, football-wise, per Yahoo Sports, Ross Dellinger, looks like a 16-team college football playoff bracket is gaining support. 4 SEC bids, 4 Big Ten, 2 ACC, 2 Big 12, 1 Group of 6, and 3 at large. Big Ten, listen to this. Big Ten and the SEC could have play-in games. 3rd versus 6th, 4th versus 5th. So like a pseudo, an SEC championship 3rd and 4th place type of game, which would be really, really weird because you haven't seen that setup or anything else.
I think the word you're looking for is intriguing, because while I know what you're saying by weird because it's never been seen before, it is more good football later on in the year, which I'm not complaining about.
And maybe that gives you a chance to be inside the top 6, hopefully.
Maybe it makes you more money.
Yeah. Sam Conn Jr. is going to be on with us in about 10 minutes from now. We'll get his thoughts on that here. That is your SEC update this morning. Listen, a lot's going on this weekend. Should have some ticket updates about what's going on in Bogle Park here sometime today. I know people always asking about football tickets. For details, go to ArkansasRazorbacks.com. We got a text earlier in the program on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I'm trying to find it, asking about the Memphis tickets. Just always be checking out ArkansasRazorbacks.com. I know they've got a lot of info on there. You should see some resale tickets for the Tennessee series this weekend. You can go to SeatGeek.com for those as well. This place is going to be packed this weekend. Final home regular season series for your Arkansas Razorbacks. So if you're looking for tickets to go and you don't have them, be it season tickets, then SeatGeek.com is the place to go when it comes to that. So I elected to fly instead of drive to Baton Rouge this weekend. Flew to New Orleans. Had a friend that picked me up and dropped me back off yesterday. I was driving home last night. I had to get gas. And I looked down and I was just, where's my odometer at? It's 181,000 miles on that Toyota Camry. Do you know how many miles on National Odometer Day is on your vehicle, Golden? I'm hoping to get to 300,000 for my Camry, if not more.
I think I only got around maybe a little more, a little less, right around the ballpark of 30,000 there. I bought it.
Wow.
Yeah, I bought it in 2024, and it was a 2023 that had only been, I think it was used for just a little while. So I've put most of the mileage on it. Very fortunate to have a nicer, newer vehicle. But I do remember driving a truck that had 200,000 miles on it, and it was, boy, it drove like it. So,
all right, let's see. We got Doug and Mountain Home, and you can text these in because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Text in the make and model of your vehicle and then how many you got on,
Absolutely.
like Doug just did. Doug has a Ford F-350 King Ranch that has 249,000 miles and 249. I always butcher how you say it. I'm just going to say over 240,000.
$250,000 right there.
Yeah.
It's 250,000 miles. That's
Doug,
a lot.
you put some mileage on that. If I'm debating, and I think it might have to do with if in 5 or 10 years if I'm married or not, and there's a potential kid on the way. But I'm either just going to get another Camry when that vehicle eventually dies on me, or I'm going to get a 4Runner because apparently those things last like 400 or 500,000 miles.
I'm saving this for Wednesday because it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. But I'd love to see you put a car seat in your Toyota. Just putting it in my vehicle was
a pain?
An absolute freaking nightmare.
All right, let's see. Matt from the 501 just sent us a picture of his odometer. It's got 265,000 miles on it on its 2019 Ram. Thank you, Matt. Chris in Siloam Springs on a 97 Ranger. Wow. He's got 307,000 miles on it.
Megadeth 2 on YouTube here has 310,000 on his 2012 Ford Escape. Boy, he's been going cross country on it.
He said he could send proof if needed. You're welcome.
I believe you.
Let's see. Jimmy texting in saying, I sold a 99 F-250 with a 7.3 liter that had 406,000 miles on it. He currently is in a 16 Ram 3500 with 91,000. That's a small amount for having it since 2016.
Boy, Eric is part of a select club here. He sent in Eric and Fort Smith 76 Chevy Custom Deluxe. I'm gonna need some proof of this, Eric. I believe you, and I want to see the odometer. 1,067,583 miles.
Does Eric win?
That is crazy.
Okay. Well, Eric might win on that. We'll ask Sam about not just some college football questions, but we'll see if he knows what's on his odometer coming up. Before we chat with him, I want to tell you about our friends at Gaston's White River Resort. You always go to gastons.com. See their team, Clint Jacob. It's always a good time. My parents love going. We've had so many listeners that have had great experience at Gaston's over the years. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Take advantage of the restaurant or in the cabin. They have that fully equipped kitchen that you can cook yourself. It's always a great time at Gaston's. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Hi, Tommy. They're great. You do a great job all day long. Great station. Y'all guys have a great, wonderful day and go home.
This is the Morning Rush.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job. Software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Turn it up loud, let the good times roll. Morning Rush with Tommy Todd, touching every soul.
Hi everybody, Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Woods and Irons, Ping G440 Woods and Irons, and TaylorMade QI35 Woods. Lap putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at AAABM.com or call us at 471-1771.
your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
All right, we're going to talk to our friend Sam Kahn Jr., who covers college football, coming up in just a sec for The Athletic. Sam has been a good college football reporter for quite some time, so we'll get a chance to catch up with him in just a bit. Arkansas drops their series to the LSU Tigers this weekend in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Alex Box Stadium did get a Game 3 win. Here's Dave after the game.
I mean, when you look back on it, should have won game one. Yesterday's game happened. Today's game was a real, kind of back and forth type game. We just pitched extremely well. Got out of a couple jams, got a couple big hits, put together that 4-run inning after being down 2, and then just pitched our way to the end. And there's a big score there in the top of the 9th. After they cut the lead to 1 there in the bottom of the 8th. This is a tough place to win and to hold on to games, and proud of the team for bouncing back.
See what they can do against the Tennessee Volunteers this weekend in Baum-Walker Stadium, Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. By the way, we bring in our friend Sam Kahn Jr. here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. College football for The Athletic. Sam, before we get on some of the stuff that broke last week, it is National Odometer Day. We've had our listeners texting in. I'm currently at 181,000. Colton, what did you say? You were at 40.
Newer car, so about 30.
Okay, 30. We had a listener text in that has over 1 million miles on their vehicle. Do you know what your vehicle currently has? I know you travel a lot. Do you know what it's at right now?
Yeah, that's my goal is to get to, well, I don't know if I have a goal to get to 1 million. My goal is to get to at least 200, 300,000. I have a Camry that I've had for 13 years, almost 14 years, and I've got over 180,000 on that. And drove a lot in my time covering recruiting and covering college football around the state of Texas. I have driven that vehicle less just because we also have a family SUV that's a little bit more amenable to having 2 kids and a dog. So that one, the Camry still gets used, but is not used as frequently and as much because whenever we have any family trips going on, we got to pile everybody into the 4Runner. So, but yeah, even that one's got almost 150. So we got a lot of miles on our vehicle.
Sam, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but my Camry literally has 181,000 miles on it. So we're virtually identical. Mine was, I guess, purchased it was 2017. It was purchased in 2019. So we're about, I think I put some mileage on. I think it was about 41,000. We'll have some fun with that as we continue on. But I want to talk to you about a couple things this morning because I think you were kind of one of the guys that broke this news. Nick Saban with the President Trump's College Sports Commission looks like you're gonna have to remind me the tech billionaire. What's the other guy's name that's going to be the co-commissioner?
Cody Campbell.
Okay, Cody Campbell. So, Sam, if you could break down our audience because I know sometimes committees have powers, sometimes they're more of just figureheads. Based on what you've been able to attain and understand, what kind of power are Nick Saban and Campbell going to have with college sports if this thing keeps progressing in the way it's going?
Yeah, I think that's the hard part to figure out, right? Because everything that we've seen in terms of changes at the college sports level, a lot of it has been enacted by the court. And so my big question for this commission is I think having Nick Saban and Cody Campbell as co-chairs is a smart move because they're two guys who are really well versed in what the day-to-day looks like. Obviously, Nick Saban is the head coach and his time in the SEC and being at Alabama and LSU, he knows exactly what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. On the flip side, Cody Campbell, who we know is a billionaire in the oil and gas industry, but he is a former Texas Tech player, and he is the co-founder of the collective that Texas Tech has, which, by the way, has helped spearhead the #1 transfer portal class in the country this year. So Cody Campbell has been intimately involved in cutting checks to players, making sure that Texas Tech's roster is where it needs to be. So he, too, also has that real-world, day-to-day perspective of what it's really like on the ground now. But what actions they take and what they try to do to reform college sports will it stand up to any kind of litigation? Because that's what we're obviously dealing with now with the House settlement. We're trying to get approval on a House settlement that'll limit litigation on 3 of those cases. And that's my big question: is will a presidential commission, whatever changes they try to make, will that work to fend off any litigation? Or what I think is the ultimate goal of the commission is to find a way to get some type of federal legislation, which of course we know college sports leadership has been pushing for years and years, ever since NIL was enacted, to get Congress and the federal government involved to try to pass a national law to basically supersede this patchwork of state laws. I think that's one of the main goals, certainly from Cody Campbell's standpoint, is one of the main goals is draft a piece of legislation and get it to where we can actually pass some type of law so we could establish a national standard that everyone in college sports can follow that would provide some uniformity and some stability rather than what we have now.
Sam, is there a timeline on that?
I know. As we all know, trying to pass a law and trying to get those things done, I would say it would take a lot of time. Okay. There would be the message I've gotten is it's going to take a lot of work. Obviously, the presidential commission hasn't even been fully announced yet. Like that, we're still waiting on that to be announced to also know who will be a part of it. But I think it's something they're going to have to dig their heels in. I don't anticipate it's something that's going to happen in the next month or two. I think it's something that's going to take some real time and some real effort on both sides of the aisle to get this thing going.
We're talking with Sam Conn Jr., college football for The Athletic here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Sam, one of the other college football stories that has been talked about in the last few days is the 16-team college football playoff. And that kind of is in conjunction with the 9-game SEC schedule. 4 Big Ten teams, 4 SEC, 2 ACC, 2 Big 12, 1 group of 6, and 3 at large. I think the twist that kind of is interesting to me is like for the SEC, maybe like a play-in game, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. What are your thoughts on this potential?
I will say, just generally, I'm not a huge fan of multiple bids for conferences in general. I know that's probably where we're headed. Me personally, I like just every conference getting one automatic bid and then just having everyone else be at large. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That said, if we do go this route and we do have 4 SEC bids and 4 Big Ten bids, the idea of remaking championship weekend, I think, is an appealing one because I do think that championship weekend has become de-emphasized. And I'm sure anybody who went to the Georgia-Texas SEC championship game would attest to that the atmosphere was not the same. It was not as vibrant when you consider that both teams were pretty much in. They were pretty much considered in. So if you're able to recreate some excitement and put some drama into it by making these play-in games, so to speak, I think it's not a bad idea. I think it would help regenerate some excitement around it. I do think that it could be a little bit flawed just because you will have played an entire SEC schedule, and if you finish 3rd place in the conference, and then now all of a sudden you're not getting one of those bids because you lost in this little mini tournament, I would feel pretty upset if I was a 3rd place team in the SEC. Because I feel like if you're a 3rd place team in the SEC and the SEC gets 4 bids, you should get one. So I think it's a really good idea in terms of, hey, let's think of some creative different ways to attack this. But I do think it's got some flaws.
9-game SEC schedule hurts Arkansas. I don't think there's a fan. I don't think there's anyone within that athletics department, player. It's not good for this program. But for others, it's, I mean, not that it like kills it or anything, but it's not as much as a deficit when it comes to what Arkansas would have to deal with. I mean, I was talking about timelines earlier with the College Sport Commission. Is this going to be something we see in 2026, a 9-game SEC schedule?
I think the 9-game SEC schedule will be essentially in conjunction with the playoff revision. So I would be surprised if we didn't have something by 26, because that's when the playoff format was going to be changed. And we've got one more year of the playoff as it's currently constructed, and then whatever the leadership decides on from a playoff perspective will lead to that change to 26. So once that change happens, and I do think if you are a conference that's going to get multiple automatic bids, you absolutely should be playing as many conference games as possible. I think all the conferences that have 12 plus members should be playing non-conference games. I think that makes sense. Pac-12 did it for years. Obviously, the Big Ten does it right now. So the Big 12 has been doing it forever, even though they had a 10-team. Obviously, they had the round robin when they had the 10-team league, but they've stayed at 9 even as they expanded. I think it's just right for all the power conferences to do that. And, of course, as we all know, the money is the big part of it. We saw the story. We had the story last week about ESPN sounding like they're more willing to pay more money now for that. And I think that's going to be the biggest driver for it, is if they pay more money, then we'll probably get there. But I like the 9 game just because if we're going to put more playoff teams in from a conference, let's have them have the tougher schedule with an extra conference game. Also, my biggest reason for liking it is the rivalries. Is you allow more rivalry games to stay consistent. For example, if you're Texas or if you're Texas A&M, Texas has Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Arkansas as rivals. So if you are in an 8-game schedule, you're really only guaranteed, depending on the format we may only be guaranteed of getting one of those games, and it's going to be Texas, Oklahoma every year. I like the idea of being able to play multiple rivalry games every year, because to me, that's what college football and college sports is about. It's about rivalry games. It's about the emotion and the intensity between the fan bases and the schools, and being able to play multiple rivalry games a year. A 9-game schedule allows you to do that.
Like the Arkansas-Missouri rivalry, right? The intense.
That's right. The battle line rivalry, right? We get up for that one on the last weekend of the season.
I did see that the Texas A&M and Texas, I think that report came out this morning. I'm forgetting the source, but it sounds like it's going to be a Black Friday game, Black Friday night, like 6:30. So I thought that was a interesting tidbit I saw this morning. That's Missouri and Arkansas. It's not a Southwest Conference rivalry. Arkansas and Texas, or Texas A&M. One of the things that Colton and I were talking about before you came on this morning is you have the old Southwest Conference mascots as your cover photo on social media. My uncle went and my dad both went to Baylor, and they had these old, I think, Dave Campbell magazines with all the old Southwest Conference mascots. Back in the day, we were kicking around with the Utah Mammoth coming out with the NHL. Our favorite mascot. Sam, what is the best mascot? High school, professional, college? Like, what, in your opinion, what's the best mascot you've come across in your years covering college football?
Oh my gosh, that's a really tough one. Gosh, well, I mean, I'm a University of Houston grad, right? So I have to go with my alma mater, the Cougars, right? There's few things fiercer than a Cougar, so I'm definitely biased in that regard. But I mean, there's so many great ones. I will tell you that when you talk about that old Southwest Conference photo, the family portrait that I have on my Twitter header, I do like a lot of those old school logos that we see. Yeah. I'll tell you one of my favorite ones from the old Southwest Conference was the old Sailor Bear. It's the Baylor Bear with the sailor hat on it.
Yeah.
That is one of my absolute favorites. And any if you put a sailor hat on any mascot and make it the old style, like 70s, 80s graphic, I feel like that's a winner no matter what.
I saw plenty of those on the LSU Tiger this weekend when I was in Baton Rouge, so I get it from that standpoint.
We have a sweater hog. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the sweater hog's is my personal favorite. That's a good point, Colton. Sam Conn Jr., again, our guest, Lewis Automotive Hotline. He covers college football for The Athletic. Sam, I want to ask you a question or two about Arkansas before we let you go. A lot of new quarterbacks in the Southeastern Conference this year. A lot of guys have either transferred out or have moved on to the National Football League. Taylor Green's one of the few starters back this season. Is he a Garrett Nussmeier? Probably not. But what expectations do you have for him and Coach Petrino in year 2 of the SEC?
Yeah, I think pretty high, just because you're the second year with your same offensive coordinator, your same offense. And I've always thought highly of Taylor Green's talent. He was a guy from down here in the state of Texas, a Texas high school quarterback, really talented guy. I remember when he was a recruit, watching him at camp down here in Houston. I didn't know who he was. I met him, and I saw, who's this really, really tall young man who's really long. I watched him throw the next day, and you could tell he had the skills that you want as a next-level college quarterback, and obviously did well at Boise State and had a really good year at Arkansas last year. I think he's, upperclassman, a guy who's seen it all, who's been around and has the skills from an arm strength standpoint, from a mobility standpoint, really, I think fits what Bobby Petrino wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think being in the second year together with him, you really got to like the potential there. I like him as a player. I've always liked him as a prospect, and having a returning quarterback is a definite advantage. There's a lot of teams, like you said, in this conference are going to be first-year full-time starters. As talented as we think Arch Manning or DJ Lagway is, they are, but they are still going to have some growing pains to go through. Taylon Green has gone through all that, and I think that's an edge for Arkansas.
Sam, who has the hottest seat in the conference head coach-wise this year?
I think it's got to be Brent Venables. Oklahoma is not used to being a mediocre program. They've won 6 games, and you barely made a bowl 2 of the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time that's happened since in this century. The last time that they had win totals as low as they've had in the last 3 years was in John Blake around the late 1990s. This is an all-in year for them, and you can tell by the way they've treated the offseason. They went and hired a GM in Jim Nagy.
Mm-hmm.
They went and got John Mateer, the transfer quarterback from Wazoo. They got Jay Knott, the running back from Cal. They've loaded up in the portal to restock that roster, and it's clear the sense of urgency is there because they have got to be a lot better than they were last year. And I know it's the SEC. I know it's a tougher conference than what they've been playing in the Big 12, but this is an Oklahoma program that has won 7 national championships in its history. This is not a program that's used to being mediocre or average, and they have got to, in my opinion, win 9 or 10 games this year. But Venables, to me, I think is on the hottest seat coming in.
I wish Arkansas would have played them in years 1 or 2 of them being in this league because I don't know how long they're going to be down. But, Sam, before we let you go, to just kind of go off that question, because we kicked it around this weekend in Baton Rouge a little bit, is Oklahoma in today's age of college football in the Southeastern Conference still a top 10 job? I mean, you referenced their national championships there, different kind of area now that they're playing in the South. And not that they weren't doing that in Big 12 and everything, but just a different part. Is it still a top 10 job in college football?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't think it's a top 5 job at this point. I do think it still is a top 10 job, though, because the resources are still there, the infrastructure is still there, and the leadership. I will say one thing that I think is very underrated in college athletics is stable leadership, and they have that with Joe Castiglione, the AD, who's been there for 20-plus years. He is one of the most respected ADs in the business, very accomplished, very level-headed. And look at them, and then that move they made when I talked about Jim Nagy, that was an athletic department move. That wasn't necessarily a hire made by Brent Venables. Brent Venables was included in that, but that was a vision and something done by Joe Castiglione and his staff. And I think having that is important. The part where I think you can fluctuate on where it ranks is what do they have from an NIL standpoint, and do they have the resources they need to go get players? They clearly do have some because they were able to get Mateer, they were able to get Jay Knott, they were able to get some others. So, but are they going to be able to play at the level of your Texases and your Oregons and your Ohio States and even kind of crazy to say it, Texas Tech, the way that they spin? Because I think that's what it takes a little bit at this level now. Is in the NIL and the rest of your era, you're going to be able to have to spin to win. Can Oklahoma spin at that level? They clearly can't spin. Can they spin at that level? I don't know. So I still do think, yes, it is a top 10 job, probably on the lower half of that top 10, but I still do think it's a really appealing gig in the SEC era.
Sam Conn Jr., college football for the Athletic. Sam, we appreciate you making some time with us this morning. It was good to catch up at the end of last week, and good stuff on all things college football.
Thanks so much. Y'all take care.
All right. Again, good stuff from our buddy Sam here on the Lewis Automotive Group Hotline. Just a reminder, Tommy's going to be back with us tomorrow. He's at the Mercy Foundation Birdies for Babies event right now, volunteering, playing golf, whatever you want to call it. He's doing that this morning. And we're brought to you by our friends at WT Equipment. Spring's here. It's time to upgrade your equipment. You need a zero-turn mower or a hardworking utility tractor? Well, WT Equipment, they've got the deals right now during the Hustler sales event. You can get up to $1,700 off MSRP on select Hustler zero turns like the Raptor X. Plus, qualified buyers get 0% for 42 months. Need more muscle? Take advantage of ready-to-roll savings on New Holland Power Star tractors with 0% financing for 60 months or cashback offers on 65 to 100 PTO horsepower models. These workhorses are built for the field, the barnyard, and everything in between. Now hurry. These deals end June the 30th. Visit WT Equipment today. Call them at 479-442-8284 for all the details. Or shop online at WTEquip.com. That's WTEquip.com. All right, so what has been the biggest hot take Colton, here on the Hot Take Monday?
That 9-game schedule coming down the track next year that Sam just talked about, that is, I'm not saying that I think that's a hot take. I just think that's one that caught me by surprise. Because if that is the case, boy, you better get UCA, UAPB, and Arkansas State on the schedule for those 3 non-conference games every year. It's going to be tough sledding.
And in these next few years, you play Utah, Memphis, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame this year. So there's several quality non-conference opponents down the stretch. I say down the stretch in these next few years when it comes to Arkansas's football schedule. All right, we'll have Bruce Stanley here tomorrow, get his thoughts on the Tennessee series ahead this week, as well as the Pradco Pyramid of Power with Tommy joining us. So for Cold Little, I'm Ty Richardson. Get a chance to hear from Phil Ellison and Matt Jones and Big C coming up on halftime next.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate